So, a little less than a month ago, there started being all these stories that came out from both the Democrats and the media saying, I don't even know why Joe Biden would debate Donald Trump. Donald Trump just lies all the time. I don't know why Joe Biden would even bother. We should just cancel the debates entirely. It was almost like the media and the Democrats were colluding, if you will, to try to give Joe Biden cover for dropping out of the debates. Just as a reminder, and I covered this article on the channel when it happened. This was from October. Geez, we're not that far into the year. August 3rd, Joe Biden should not debate President Trump. Clinton's ex-White House spokesperson said this was essentially Joe Lockhart, the former White House press secretary, penned an op-ed last week urging Joe Biden to skip debating President Donald Trump in November. And he wrote in this op-ed, whatever you do, don't debate Trump, he wrote on CNN. Trump has made more than 20,000 misleading or false statements according to the Washington Post. It's a fool's errand to enter the ring with someone who can't follow the rules or the truth. Biden will undoubtedly take heat from Republicans and the media for skipping the debates, but it's worth the risk, as trying to debate someone as incapable of telling the truth is an impossible contest. And of course, they chose this strategy because Joe Biden's not all there. He's not all there. He is incapable of speaking for an extended period of time without making gaffes or saying something stupid or generally, I'm sorry, falling apart. The dude is clearly in cognitive decline. I think that there is just no doubt about it. And this is not one of those things, I've said this before, but it bears repeating if you haven't seen my previous videos. This is not something to be happy about. This is not something to dunk on him about. This is sad. It is sad what's happening to Joe Biden, and frankly, his wife should have put a stop to this a long time ago, and she didn't. But Joe Biden is not going to be able to hold a candle to Donald Trump in these debates, which is why they tried to provide him cover to drop out of them. And this was followed up, Brian Stelter, in true Brian Stelter fashion, wanted to just deny that this was even a thing. And he said, well, it is mostly a right-wing media tempest fueled by hour after hour of Fox News commentary, not reporting, far removed from campaign reality. So, and this is on August 3rd too, same day as this article came out, with Joe Lockhart literally writing on CNN, not Fox News, Brian. But of course, we all knew that. We all knew that the Democrats were running cover, and frankly, the media was running cover for Joe Biden. Well, guess who stepped up to the plate today? Nancy Pelosi has now come out and said, I don't even know why we would bother debating Donald Trump. Why would we even bother? This is from The Hill. Pelosi says there shouldn't be any debates between Biden and Trump. Speaker Nancy Pelosi said Thursday that she doesn't think there should be any presidential debates ahead of the November election, arguing Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden shouldn't legitimize a discussion with President Trump. I don't think there should be any debates, Pelosi told reporters. I do not think that the President of the United States has comported himself in a way that anyone has any association with the truth, evidence, data, or facts. Nancy, that's not up to you. Now, listen, man, I fully respect Nancy Pelosi's role as the Speaker of the House. That is the Congress is a co-equal branch of government with the President of the United States, with the Supreme Court. That's the way it is. I respect her status, but to be frank, she has no business telling Donald Trump how to comport himself. That is not her job. And for her to come out and say, now, I don't even know why we would bother to acknowledge President Trump as a co-equal branch of government. Wasn't it? Remind me, during the impeachment hearings, didn't Nancy go on this whole tear about how Congress was a co-equal branch of government and the president should respect us and give us exactly what we want and blah, 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 blah. But of course, it's not convenient for them to do it now, and the Democrats have zero principles. They have no leg to stand on. They just maneuver based on what is politically convenient at the time because they don't really care about anything except for power. Let's keep going. I wouldn't legitimize a conversation with him, nor a debate in terms of the presidency of the United States. Nancy, I know you don't want to acknowledge this, honey. I know. But Donald Trump is the president. In real life. He is the president of the United States. In real life. He won the last election, and frankly, girl, in real life, he's going to win this one too, and you know he's going to win this one, which is why you're doing this, and I cannot wait for it to happen. I think he'll probably act in a way that is beneath the dignity of the presidency, she said, citing what she calls his disgraceful actions during the 2016 debates with former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. He does that every day. I think he should also belittle what the debates, he will also belittle what the debates are supposed to be about. That is not your call, Nancy. That is the decision of the American people to decide how Donald Trump does in those debates. It is not about you. That is to the voters, man. Respect the system you're a part of. Like, listen, I have so many issues with Nancy Pelosi. I've always had so many issues with Nancy Pelosi. But, I respect her position as the Speaker of the House. Fine, whatever. But what she doesn't do, and what she's not doing when she's telling Joe Biden to drop out of these debates, she is not respecting the role that the voters play in this process. I don't care if Donald Trump goes up onto that stage and sits there in a huff and doesn't say anything for 2 hours or however long the debates are going to be. I don't care. It is his job to decide what he's going to do. It is Joe Biden's job to decide what he's going to do. And it is the role of the voters to decide who is their choice for the presidency. This is not your call, Nancy. Instead, Pelosi proposed that the candidates take separate stages and answer questions about their policies in a conversation with the American people instead of an exercise in skullduggery. Joe Biden doesn't have any policies. Literally, the only policy that Joe Biden has is Donald Trump is bad and I'm going to mandate everyone wear masks and I'm going to shut down the economy again. Those are Joe Biden's policies. That's it. Orange man bad, masks, economic shutdown. Sounds fantastic. But she acknowledged that the Biden campaign thinks in a different way about this. The speaker's remarks come as some within the Democratic Party have said that Biden shouldn't participate in debates. You hear that, Brian? You hear that? Some within the Democratic Party. Not Fox News. Some within the Democratic Party, buddy. Where am I? Oh, I'm already on a tear about this. The speaker's remarks come as some within the Democratic Party have said Biden shouldn't participate in the debates with Trump, pointing to the polling advantage Biden has over the president. But does he really? Does he really, Nancy? Because I think that Trump has pretty much wiped that advantage out, and we know that Democrats are oversampled in those polls anyway. Oh my God, these people are sweating. I cannot wait till election night. It's going to be like the best night ever. Pelosi had hinted that she didn't think Biden should debate Trump during an interview last week with David Axelrod on his podcast. My view? I wouldn't even debate Trump because unless you have a lie detector or a truth teller, she told the Axe Files, adding that Biden has said he will, and that's great. She also alleged that the press has enabled a lot of Trump to happen. Remember when he was stalking Hillary Clinton during the debate? She said, "Why wouldn't the press have said to go back to your place? Why did the press let it happen? Hillary Clinton is just a pure, innocent, oh my God, defenseless woman on stage debating to be president of the United States. If Hillary Clinton couldn't handle herself on a debate stage with Donald Trump standing next to her, no, I don't want her standing up to world leaders. If she needed the press to intervene, oh my God, Donald Trump, no!" Like, why would I want her in a leadership role at that point? Because she's not going to be able to stand up to powerful men if she can't do it on a debate stage. I mean, come on. The Biden campaign has dismissed advice to skip the debates, with a spokesperson saying earlier this month that he looked forward to debating the president. Biden on Thursday also addressed the speaker's comments on MSNBC Andrea Mitchell reports, confirming that he will debate Trump. Well, listen, man, this is a point that I have to give to Biden. Biden has everyone around him right now telling him, "Don't do it, Joe. Don't do it. Don't debate Trump." And he's still like, "No, I'm looking forward to debating him." So, it's probably not coming from altogether the most lucid place in the world, but listen, I will take what I can get. "I'm going to debate him," he said. "I'm going to be a fact checker on the floor while I'm debating him." But look, I think anybody knows this man has a somewhat pathological tendency to not tell the truth. Several other Democratic leaders have said Biden shouldn't fear debating Trump, including Elizabeth Warren. All right, Elizabeth Warren, okay. We've had a lot of presidential debates for a long time now, and it's been a way for a lot of people around the nation to be able to see the candidates in action. Exactly. If the candidate cannot face off against the other candidate, then why would I vote for them? What does that mean in terms of their ability to face off against other world leaders and negotiate and get things done on our behalf? If they can't do it on a debate stage, they sure as shit can't do it in private. Trump and his campaign have sought to cast doubts on Biden's mental fitness, emphasizing his past verbal gaffes, and have pushed for more debates and for them to take place sooner. Biden himself said it is a legitimate question to ask about the mental fitness of any candidate over the age of 70 while dismissing Trump's attacks, blah, 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 blah. You get the idea. So I really do hope these debates happen. I think these debates would be spectacular. I would be so excited for them. I mean, God, the amount of tweeting I would do during these debates would be epic. It would be absolutely epic. So I'm having fingers crossed that Joe Biden is going to stick to his guns and show up and debate Donald Trump and let the voters decide who they want as president. Don't listen to Nancy Joe. Don't do it. I mean, who am I kidding? Joe Biden's not going to watch this, and even if he did, he probably wouldn't understand it. Anyway. Alright guys, that's all I've got for this video. If you like my content, if you enjoy what I'm putting out, please consider subscribing to my channel, turning on those notifications, giving it a thumbs up, all that good stuff, and I will see you again very, very soon.